Happy Halloween. This was a really good game for us, one we needed badly just to get it home and have fun with the fans and all of that. But it was a really well-played game for us. Defense did a fantastic job all day long, really across the board, and just did what we'd hoped they would do. We continue to get better. We can see it. We're proving it, and we need to keep counting on it as we head into the second half here. We officially started the second half today, by the way. That's the way we look at it. And but it was a really nice job. A lot of guys did a lot of good stuff. The coverage was solid, and the rush was we didn't get to them much, or we didn't sack them much, but we harassed them all day. The other side of this game that jumps out is Geno. And geez, what a game he had. Starting off 14 for 14, and a throwaway was the first incomplete. He was so calm and so poised and just delivered the ball so well. This was really Geno at his best, and that's what we can count on from him. And we were able to do a lot of stuff. Shane had a really nice plan for him to pop the ball around. The guys caught the ball really well today. All the receivers made their catches and all. And Locke has the big day on this day with the yardage and catches and all that, and DK has 2 scores. So a lot of really good stuff there. So I was really proud of Dwayne Brown, who was sick all week long, and it made it out there. Wasn't able to practice during the week and just sucked it up and played and did a nice job. I think what was also of note was our special teams, our kickoff coverage team is, man, they're lights out. They're playing so hard and so consistently, and we're counting on their juice and their energy and all of that. We talked about it last night in the meeting, called them up and, the whole thing, and to challenge them to have a big game again and kind of set the tempo, and they did. It would be really wrong to not mention the great heads-up play that Travis Homer made on the kickoff team there. Kickoff return team, and knocked one in the end zone just to have some fun and enjoy the heck out of the day.
You mentioned Tyler, but for him to get going the way he did first half, just I know it kind of can be up and down which receivers have in the day, but good to see him get going like that.
Yeah, and he made a lot of tough catches over the middle and stuff, to keep the ball moving. Then he made some great plays down the sidelines. I don't know. You guys saw better than I saw the touchdown was a touchdown. Whether it was a touchdown or not, I don't know. They quickly decided that it wasn't. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. But that's too bad because it would have been nice for him to get that one. But it did lead to the Geno leap, which was really kind of poetic, and all that. So it was just a fun day, and I'm really glad that we got it. As going into the bye, our guys deserved to have fun. We had a great locker room after the game, and we'll come back around to go.
It looked like Geno made some tough throws,
He did, he did. He made some tough throws. We needed to put a big touch on the ball, and the ball's on the sidelines to Locke, and he was just so good today, and I'm so thrilled for him. I was thinking about it late in this week that had preseason worked out right, the plan was for Geno to play all 3 games in preseason and to play a lot, and I was going to play him as much as I could just to get him as much play time because he hasn't played. And remember, he gets knocked, I think it was probably at the end of the first quarter, beginning of the second quarter of the first game, so he misses all those opportunities. So he plays half this, or some of the Rams game, and then a full game. That would have been the same thing. It would have taken, the same kind of play time that we thought he would need for prep to get ready for the season, knowing he was going to, take a backseat to Russ. And so you look at it, he did pretty well against the Rams, did some good stuff the next week and good stuff the next week, but not enough. And then this week he put it all together. So I think it took him this long. He hasn't played enough football. He just hadn't played in a long time. So unfortunately, it was, we had to lose some games in here in the meantime, but.
It's obviously a team result, but just for him personally to get a win, I mean, how good do you feel for that?
Yeah, I think it's a huge accomplishment for him. As we've been saying that we need to play in support of Geno. He's coming out trying to figure out how to get back to playing quarterback again, and we need to help him in every way. I thought the game plan was really good today for that. You saw us in the weather and all that last week. We were just concerned about making sure that we took care of the football. Our offense did not turn the ball over again, and that's incredible discipline by those guys. When there's nobody doing that in the league, and our guys just keep on doing it. So Geno's right in the center of all of that, and so.
His decision-making seemed to be very good today. Was that something in scheme, or was that just him getting the game
I really think that last week was hard. It was a hard game, and just all of it was a hard game. And he benefited from getting through that and just came in really chilled and calmed his way through all of it. I thought if you look at the throws that he made in this game, there were some really good touch balls that he threw. Geno is a strong arm guy. He fires the football hard a lot of times, but he picked the right opportunities to take something off the ball to make him catchable for the guys, and the guys came through in a big way. He's got a groin pull of some sort, some kind of groin strain.
Did he have come back in the game?
No.
What'd you see on DK's first touchdown catch?
I really couldn't see it. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to really. It looked pretty awesome from the glance that I got, but I didn't get to see it.
What about dropping so many in the coverage seemed to work today against the rookie quarterback?
Well, we pretty much did what we've been doing, Greg. We haven't changed a whole lot. We've been playing this way for a long time now, and mixing our stuff and doing a nice job of changing our coverages, disguising them well. We disguised a lot today. We're in and out of stuff, and we pressured, from those looks as well, which we like doing. And I thought we had him a little out of whack, for some of the time there. And he had a nice finishing drive. I guess you can give him credit for that.
Geno hasn't won a game as a starter since the last game of the 2014 season.
Is that right? 2014? Where were we at 2014? Holy cow. That's a long haul. But that's my point. My point is that he hasn't played, Go ahead, ask your question.
Yeah, I was just going to say for him to ultimately get one on his belt after all this time.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great day for G, and he just deserves it. He's been such a great Seahawk and all of that, and really he played his way to this game. Nobody gave him nothing. He earned this thing today by playing great football.
What did you think of Carroll Taylor in his first game back?
He was really active. He had a couple great rushes when moved the quarterback and all that. Didn't get a sack, but I thought he had some terrific rushes today, and I thought he was a big factor.
We could hear the music bumping and how excited that locker room was after a win like this. What does it do for morale just heading into the bye week after such an up and down season to finish this first half on a strong note?
Yeah, well, we have a lot higher expectations than where we are right now, and like I think I might have said to you guys, that being undefeated as the bye is always the way you should set your expectations, but we've been so close for so long, and I mean we're just one play from having it like that, and then so everybody had fun. This was not like the craziest locker room we've ever had, but it was really fun. It was really good, and they knew that they got a little boost out of the deal by getting Monday off too. So tomorrow, and so I kind of stoked the fires a little bit with them, So we had fun, and it was good.
What did you think of the way Ethan Posted played?
I can't tell you. I don't know. I'm really excited to watch the film. I'm really anxious to see how he did, and also to watch Trey as a starter today too, and see how he did.
With his pick today, Quandre Diggs became the first player in the NFL the last 5 years to have 3 or more interceptions. What does that say?
Really, good for him. Good for him. He got a whole half a season coming up too. So, yeah, he's a fantastic football player, and he's a terrific teammate. God, I mean, he's just such a stud of a teammate. There's some guys that when they say stuff, everybody listens. He's one of those guys, and people respect him because of who he is and how he does what he does and how he works his business and all. And so for him to have success like that is great. He deserves every bit of it, and he's a fantastic player. He had a couple great hits today, tackles today too, along with it.
Are there guys who kind of just have a knack for that? I feel like a lot of his picks are like, oh, that looked easy, but he's always seems to be in the right spot for it.
Absolutely. Yeah, there are guys that have been there before, and when the opportunity arises, they just totally cash in. And there's other guys that it's hard. They're not accustomed to it, and so sometimes they tense up, or they're not sure how to handle it or make the decisions. I've always thought there's guys that are interceptors. They're guys that just do it, and they know how to get it done. He's truly one of those guys.
What specifically has worked for the secondary as you guys have kind of made this turn over the last month or so?
Well, I would think that moving DJ back to the right side was a really good thing that happened. He plays better over there for whatever reason. That was part of it. And then I think that the play on the left side has just elevated. I mean, the combination of the two corners play has really elevated. Quandre and Jamal have been playing, and they've been busting their all of this time. I don't think that they've improved that much more, but I think we're fitted together better. As well as, remember, one of you guys brought up a while back about Ryan Neal. Ryan Neal's played a lot more, and he's been a factor. I think he's been a factor for sure on third downs, and he's a playmaker, and he's really active out there, and plus he can match up with a lot of different guys and all that helps us. So I think all of those things together have been what's made us improve, and I think we've zeroed in on what's best for us too. That's the biggest thing that we've done.
And how much has the communication improved since you've moved? The cornerbacks here.
I don't think that was the issue. I just think we just need to play together and get out there and all that. Somebody brought up that we had problems with communication, but not here anymore. So I don't feel like that's ever been an issue. So I don't know that we're that much better at it. But I think just in general, the guys they're feeling one another and are playing off of one another better than we have, and that's all part of the chemistry that comes together when you play well. And we're getting there. We're getting there. And Jordan Brooks continues to play really well, and he's a big factor for us, and in a lot of different things that he does. Bobby's continued to just he knocked out 14 tackles again today, another huge day. Those guys are really fitting together well, and that's part of the improvement. We haven't mentioned much about that, but Jordan is really good. He's a really good player, and he's way more comfortable now. You just think he's got all these games under his belt. He's much more comfortable, and he's doing things well, more consistently.
So the familiarity has improved as opposed to the communication.
Yeah. I don't think. We're just better. We're just better at everything, and we're clearer, and the communications are probably more precise and more accurate and more, on point, and so it just helps everybody. The fluidity of it, fits in much more obviously. So.
Homer's returned it. How much is that? How much is he coached to do that versus him just doing that on his own? Travis Homer returning the kickoff.
Well, it actually popped up on our Saturday walkthrough. See, Brian Cushing scored against the Rainbows in Hawaii a few years back in our SC days, and in practice yesterday, we kicked one. Homer picked it up, and I was telling some guys, hey, this happened before. Brian Cushing did this years ago. I was just having fun with it. And sure enough, there it goes, bang. So you never know.
Do you have anything on the severity of the DJ's groin?
No, I don't.
Any other injuries?
No.
How disappointed were guys on defense to have them score late when you're close to a shutout?
Say it again.
Just how disappointed were the guys?
Oh yeah. We were just a couple snaps away from being out of there. It would have been really fun to get the shutout, but they're hard. They're hard to get.
Was today, on the whole, reassuring that you can get back to this, or is that overstating?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I've been seeing it and feeling it for a month now, but we just haven't been able to cash in and get it done. We have so many good numbers that are supporting good play. Our penalties are down. We're taking care of the football. We're staying in the plus on the turnover stuff. Our kicking game is really solid. All of that. And so it's hard to get all those elements. Check out the DVOA numbers and see where we are. We're way higher than you would think we are for the record that we have, and that's because we're doing a lot of things well, and it just hasn't, for whatever reason, translated into getting these wins in the close ball game. So, and honestly, I don't want to go dwelling on this one, but we've missed Russ too. We've missed him in this 3-week span, and he's a pretty good player, So
For Russ,
I don't know any updates right now, but his finger looks way better. It's really healed tremendously, and so he's getting closer. We'll see what happens.
Does he stay with the team and more than you would a normal buy, or what's the plan for him?
No. He's kind of got a vagabond following. They'll travel together, So he's got all these people going with him. Vagabond? That's not the right word. That's not the right word.
Anything else?
See you. Give me.